Hello everybody. How are we doing? I hope you're having a lovely week. It's Friday again. I can't even believe how fast this week has gone. I don't know about you, but it now feels like autumn. I've got my little pumpkins here. Can you see them? I've actually gone completely pumpkin mad recently. I've bought so many pumpkins in the last week. Real pumpkins, fake pumpkins, light up pumpkins, a pumpkin casserole dish, glittery pumpkins, all about the pumpkins. And I even made a reel over on Instagram featuring a pumpkin. Some of you might have seen that over on the Heffy Doodle Instagram account. And I think tonight, I'm going to do a little pumpkin card making tonight as well. But something a little bit different because I have an idea. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but that's just life. Sometimes things don't work out. Let's switch over here. We've got Ashley here. Oh, hi Ashley. And Amanda's here too. Hey girl. Hey, I got my first PSL the other day. So PSL means pumpkin spice latte. Love them. Had one today. We've just had a Starbucks opened near us actually. And we've been a couple of times. Ranger's a big fan of the puppuccino. And it's been really good. But the first couple of times it was really, really good. And then the last couple of times they've just been rubbish. So I'm thinking when we first went, they probably had like a training team in to train the new guys. And now it's just the new guys who are just butchering everything. Oh dear. But we shall see. So I thought that I would play with, got a cut on my finger. I thought that I would play today with this die, which was part of our newest release. And this is called the Silly Slimline Slants. I dare you to say it 5 times really fast. And I got the idea for this card because Amanda Fitterer, one of the design team people, she was doing some like samples and some photos for us, and she created a photo using this, and my brain just instantly had an idea for a card. And this is the first chance that I'm going to get to actually create with it. I'm going to just swap over to this bigger panel. So I'm going to attempt to create a little bit like a pie, a pumpkin pie, using the Silly Slimline Slants. And I'm going to use one panel this way and then flip the other panel to create this lattice effect. So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to pair this with, in our collection, so we have got a little like pumpkin pie stamp. It actually came in a stamped timber set. So sadly, it's one of those horrible ones that people always say, oh, where did you get this? And I go, I'm so sorry, it was limited edition. I really must put it into another set at some point. But for now, it is not for sale in our shop. Sadly, we weren't able to sell the stamped timber ones. And I don't have long enough plates for my Gemini for the slimline dies. So I have to put them in one half, then the other half, which normally works absolutely fine. So here I'm going to pop out these little guys. And I always like keep these in my storage pocket because you can use these to create negative designs, which is pretty cool. Jasmine's here. Ashley says, hopefully their drink making improves with time. I agree. I really hope that it does as well. Amanda says, great idea. So there's one panel. Let's see if I can get the other panel out of this. It might be a little tight But that's okay because we'll have one layer on top of the other, so it doesn't really matter if one is skinnier somewhere as long as it holds enough to go through the machine. So I'll put it through the machine this way first of all, and then I'll move my die down a little bit and bring it in this way, only about an inch or two, so it cuts that last bit, and then I will reverse the machine. So I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but the Gemini Junior has got a pause button and then a reverse button. So here we go, in the whole way. First of all, like so. And then I'm just going to slide that up a little. Flip it around the other way. Hopefully that hasn't moved. All right. So tell me, which of you actually went ahead and said silly slimline slant, silly slimline slant, silly slimline slant, silly slimline? Can't do it. Oh dear. Too hard. These little guys are also great for sentiment strips. Square off the ends. All right, so one will go this way and one will go this way. Doesn't it already kind of look like a pie crust? So here is my other idea. That I thought this die, which is from the, what's it called, Slimline pull tab, kind of is giving me the vibes of the fluted edge of a pie crust. So I'm going to now attempt to die cut this as well. So that I can have a fluted edge. I'm probably going to have to cut out the inside, but that is okay. Unless I can do it on here, which is probably a little bit tight. Oh, maybe. Will it work? Will it work? I do not know. Let's give it a go, shall we? Let's give it a go. We can always cut it again. And then measure up, or line up. As centered as I can get. And I'll put a little extra tape on it this time. Let's see what happens. This could be a disaster, or this could be a, oh, I love it when a plan comes together kind of moment. Who knows? Amanda says, love the lattice look. Move this up a little bit. So I'll put it in this way now, just for about an inch. That totally went in more than I expected. Which is not a problem as long as your die hasn't moved. All right. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Let's see. We've got Roberta here. Hey. And Marcy's here too. Hey, Marcy. Ooh, okay. So it's got a little bit tight up here. There's actually a little cut on it, but that's not necessarily a problem. And we've got a little bit of a where the dye moved here. Just take that off. That is cute. But I would need to layer up the bottom layer in exactly the same spot, I think. Oh, that looks cute though. What do you guys think? Ooh. I don't know yet. So let me try my other idea and we'll see what looks best. Because sometimes you just gotta experiment. There's no other thing to do. It's just paper, guys. Just have some fun and experiment. We have got Marcy saying, "Hi Amanda, not too much smoke right now. How about you? Is there like fires or something? What do you mean smoke?" Oh, Amanda says the sky was brown here yesterday, but not bad today. And Roberta says, "I hope my California friends got the rain that I sent your way." Oh my gosh, I must be behind the times. Sending lots of thoughts to our Californian friends. Amanda says that she likes this a lot. Okay, let's try this again. All right, so here is my fluted edged pie crust. I'm thinking if we cut a panel in the inside, would that work? I don't know. Let me go grab my Slimline Trio. Stitch Slimline Trio. That's my middle thighs. I think that's going to be too close to the edge. Yep. My baby one. My baby one would work, I guess. Or how about my sweet scallop slimline? This is one of those things where you're just having to hunt around to see what's going to work. Ooh, that could possibly work. What do you guys think? Should we go for the mini scallops here, or is that going to be too many scallops and we just have it square edge? And then I'd layer this one on top, I think. Thoughts? I think I might go for the square edge one. Give it a go. Roberta says, interesting. And Marcy's saying it's fire season here and we're in a drought to boot. Oh, boo. Well, I hope you all stay safe. Such a scary thing. right, so here we have our pie crust frame. Jasmine says, I had to keep saying to myself, it's just paper and ink, it's just paper and ink, when hubby was crafting in the craft room. Yes, so any of you who missed it, actually, Jasmine shared a post over on the Heffy Doodlers Facebook group where she, actually, Jasmine, you can tell everybody. You can tell everybody in the comments if you don't mind. She shared some photos, which are really cool. Right, let's see. So yes, I think this one I'm going to layer up like so. I think I'm going to trim down the second one as well. But let's add a little bit of ink to kind of bring a little bit of color to the edges of our crust. What are we gonna have? Maybe tea dye? Maybe antique linen, maybe it's a bit light. Brushed corduroy. Let's see what we can find. Antique linen. Maybe we'll brighten up some areas. Gathered twigs. Not sure that's going to work, but we'll give it a go. For antique linen, I think we'll make it a bit more lighter and brighter. Marcy says square edge for sure. Yay. And Amanda says, my daughter's friend came over to make a card in my craft room the other day. I was a little nervous when she wanted to try the Copics, but she did great. I know it is really hard. I had the same feeling with letting Piper use alcohol markers. So the center of our pie, I'll add a little antique linen just to lift it up a little bit. And this is the Distress Oxide. Okay. And then I need a gathered twigs. I think I need to replenish my foam pad collection. They're all a little bit here, there, and everywhere. I don't really have any browns over here. Must have all gone walkabouts. This one I'll have to do. So this is actually ink rather than oxide, but that's cool. We're fine with that. I think I might make a pumpkin pie this weekend. That would be really fun, wouldn't it? It's been ages since I've made one. I don't even think I made one last year. All right, where has my fluted edge gone to? Precious Copic, says Marcy. I know, right? Glad it turned out okay. And then Jasmine says, it was our 3-year wedding anniversary on Wednesday, and I didn't have time to make a card, and hubby didn't get around to buying one either. So I challenged him to make a card for each other. Yes, so good. And I think you both did great. You'll have to come over to the Heffy Doodlers group to check that out because Jasmine's card's lovely. It's got Stony Maloney stencil on it. It's really cool. Really cool. And Ben did awesome too, I have to say. Right, let's pop these out of the way for a second. We do like to clean up an aisle pumpkin pie. Marcy says, all this talk about crust, I've got a little bit of a hankering for pumpkin pie now. I know we're all going to be craving it. Definitely going to have to make it this weekend, I think. Because a little while ago, I found pumpkin in, like a long while ago, like in the summer, I found cans of pumpkin. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Cans of pumpkin in the store. And they don't sell cans of pumpkin over here really at all. It's very much an anomaly. And I was like, whoa. So I think I bought like 3 cans or something because I knew that I would want to do a pie. And normally I will just get a pumpkin and roast it and gut it and puree it. But one, that's super time consuming. And also 2, the pumpkins that we get over here are actually kind of designed for carving and not really designed for eating. So they're not the tasty kind of pumpkins, if you know what I mean. Which is always a little sad. All right, let's take this down. Roberta says, thumbs up, everyone. Yes, if you're enjoying the video and you like watching my videos, please feel free to leave a thumbs up. And also, if you're not actually watching live and you're watching on playback, we really love you to still engage with us. So leave a comment below. Let us know if you like pumpkin pie or what is your favorite type of pie. I'd love to know that. All right, let's see. I've misjudged where some of these need to go. Also, I've noticed that a lot of the recipes online, American recipes online that are for pie. They take a can of pumpkin pie. So now I've got cans of pumpkin pie. Not last though, that's the thing. If you guys like making pumpkin pie and you have a favorite recipe, share that with me, please, 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 please. A little while ago, my friend Maria shared a pumpkin pie recipe with me. And it was really nice. But it was not, it didn't set properly. And I think it was that whole, it's not actually a can of pumpkin debacle. All right, I'm just going to trying to trim this down so that it fits nicely behind here. Doesn't really need to have neat edges because it'll be hidden. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I think that will be mostly hidden in there. Trying to guess where these stripes fall. Oh yeah, that was way off. I have an idea. Oops, I totally just put that on my die. All right. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. We'll make it work anyway. Jasmine says, thankfully Ben preferred tri-blends over my Copics. That's funny. Yes, Morgan prefers tri-blends as well. I think they are a little bit more beginner proof. I won't say idiot proof because that's not very nice for poor Ben or Morgan. I think I forgot about the fact that this die was going to be flipped. Ooh, look at that, guys. What do you think? Is it giving you pie vibes? I think so. Marcy says, happy anniversary. Oh, I've lost my camera. Hold on. Oh, that's because I didn't do my timer. Let me do my timer. Ashley says, I like your foam remover tool. Great way to prevent inky fingers. What's my foam remover tool? I don't know what you mean. What did I do? Oh, I know what it was. Yes, I remember. I actually have never used it like that before, but I saw it there. I saw it there and I thought, I know I could use that. Let me show you what it is. It actually is a little tool like this, and it has like an embossing tool on one end and then a crocodile clip on this end. Flip my screen over so you can see. So it has a little crocodile clip. This actually came with some chalks, I think, like blending chalks, and you pick up like a little pom-pom with it and then you rub it on the chalks. But I actually use this and more to like emboss in things or to do little dots, especially of glue. But I thought that actually would be quite a good way to remove it. Not a good idea. Amanda Pear Blossom says, luckily my mother-in-law loves making pies from scratch. How terrible. She goes, picks her pumpkin and makes them every year. So good. All right. Let's bring a little bit more color in. So good. We'll need to get our pumpkin on now. And I think it's only fair that I use pumpkin patch cardstock from Heavy Doodle, which is actually a cardstock that does not get enough love in my craft room. Orange is a color that really doesn't get an awful lot of use over here. How cool is that though? Yay! Okay, let me go cut that down. Amanda says, yes, Jasmine, both your guys' cards are super cute. All right, I need to trim this down a little bit more, probably down to about 3 inches. Amanda says they're super easy to make if you use cans. So there you go. That must be the trick. Nice. Okay. Trim this down a little bit more so it fits. And I think what I'm going to do is also use my pokey tool to give my pie crust a little a little prick, I guess. I don't know what the right term is. So I've taken out the foam from my mini Misty, and I'm going to create a series of dots on here, like 3 little pokes where my lattice join, and I'll do like a vertical one and then a horizontal one and then a vertical one. I'm just making this up, guys. There's no like right or wrong. I'll do the one in the center first of all, like this, trying to line it up in the middle of this sort of diamond shape, and then one on either side. It's all a bit of fun. If you don't want to poke into your Misty mat, if you have an old mouse mat, that would work too. I think this gives it, this little poke technique helps your brain associate it with a pie crust a little bit more. Let me show you. What do you think? I'm loving it. I do think I need to blend out some of that color a little bit more though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Amanda, let me catch up on your comments. Amanda says bullet tips are easier to control on the Spectrum Noir. And Jasmine says, I had to watch a YouTube video to understand the color blends. I know what you mean. I'd probably be able to use them better if I went ahead and watched some YouTube videos. I think I might actually use some scattered straw. Might be a little too little. Not sure. Loving it. There we go. I think that's really made it come together a bit more. Don't you think? Hey, Nessa. Ashley says, this card's making me hungry. I know. Oh no, I managed to get, oh no. I poked it right the way through to my mat. Well, that's going to upset me, especially if it picks up ink. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, do not use your poker tool on top of your waffle flower mat. It's sad for me. Back to the pie, so I don't have to think about it. All right, carved pumpkin, I'm thinking. Maybe a little carved pumpkin. It's actually very close to the color of this cardstock. But maybe what we'll do is we'll give it a little spritz, which will bring in some different tones by using the distress sprayer. Oh, I love it. And maybe let's get a little darker. What's the next darker color? Would it be spiced marmalade, do you think? Spiced marmalade, maybe? Might need to go for more of a reddy. More reddy or more brown? Not sure. It's coming with a little bit of brown. Oops. A bit of depth on the edges. All right, let's see. Tally says you could create a pie for every color of Heavy Doodle cardstock. Absolutely, especially like blueberry bliss, raspberry, cherry on top. There's lots of pie options here, I think. Tally, I also wanted to say that your pumpkin card that you had on the blog today, I was feeling that. All about the pumpkins right now. And I wanted to ask, how long did that take you, girl, to color in those pumpkins? It's incredible. You're definitely going to need to replenish your Copic ink colors after that. Amanda says, hey, I forgot to tell you guys the good news. We ordered a new car last night and it should be ready in November. Yeah, what kind of car is it? I mean, I will preface this question with, I know nothing about cars. So the most important question that I will ask and I'll understand the answer to is, what color is it? I am one of those people that I literally just want to get from A to B with a car and I don't really care about anything else in between. Although, oops, if it has storage, I'm very much into that. I have a little Toyota Yaris and the great thing about it is that there's like a pocket here and you lift the thing here and you pull this thing out here and there's like a tray underneath the seat. It's like magic. Great for hiding all your snacks away from the kids. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing. All right, so I do have a little bit of texture here. I have to confess, not as much as I would like. So let's go ahead and maybe splatter just some ink. Morgan was joking earlier. She did her first solo live and she did amazingly, but she said on the live, this is a Morgan safe paintbrush, i.e. she's allowed to use it. But now that I see how bent that is, I think she might be, her access might be revoked on paintbrushes. Funny thing is, I actually remember being in secondary school and washing the paintbrushes. And Miss Stevenson, the art teacher at the time, I remember her going absolutely nuts over us washing paintbrushes because we weren't looking after them. And that's exactly how I felt when Morgan was like, it's funny though. Ooh, Amanda says it's a Polestar. It's the electric Volvo. Ooh, and it's a gray. Very nice, very nice. Gray's a good color. Not going to get dirty very easily, but not going to also like show up all the dust and dirt. It's quite a good middle of the road option there. Mine is a silver gray as well, but I probably would not have chosen silver gray if I could have helped it. Well, that goes over here. Let's leave that to the side for just now. Tally says, thanks, about an hour whilst I was on a Teams call. Shh. I have to order some more orange and brown night yet. Called it. Eden's here. Hi, Eden. It's been ages, it feels like. Right, so we are living our best pumpkin pie fantasy here. And I'm going to use a stamp set from my stash. Like I say, it was a Stamptember. Oh, this does not want to come up now. It was a Stamptember set. Come on. Oh my word, that is not want to come. There we go. So it is called, what is it called? More Than S'mores, and it has this cute little pie. It also has these critters, and I'm thinking I might do Mr. Squirrel. Let's see. Amanda says, or Marcy says, nice. I didn't know Volvo came with an all-electric option. Yeah, well, I think, I don't know about in America, but I think over here, there's some sort of like government incentive. They're trying to entice people to buy electric cars. And I think specifically for businesses, not 100% sure, but you can get like heavy discounts on things like Teslas. Is that a thing? I've got my little pie, put them back up there. And then I have my squiggle. And I'm going to do this little heart while I'm at it. The one sucky thing about this stamp set is that I do not have the coordinating dies for it, which I still get mad about to this day, that I designed the stamp and allowed Simon Says Stamp to create the stamp, and they didn't give me the dies. Rude. All right, here we go. We got a little squiggle, and we also have a little pumpkin pie and a love heart. So we'll come back to the love heart. Amanda says, yeah, I think we get a tax credit and a carpool sticker for the first few years. Nice. That's good. Right, I'm going to give these tri-blends a whizzle. And we've got a gold brown shade. Now I know that Morgan was looking up on the U of the tube, and it said cover the whole thing first of all in the light tone, then go to darkest mid-tone light. So let's go with that for today. So let's see, we have got blends and shades, I believe. So this is a gold brown. Okay, so then the darker ones are the shades. Oh no. Don't do what I do and throw it around the place. The shades are darker than the blends. Yeah, thanks, Jazz. Yes. Let's do his little base as well. They're just super squeaky. Which I think is even funnier whenever you're coloring a critter, because it kind of feels like he's squeaking. And I have to say that these are definitely juicier than my Copics, which is another massive plus point at the moment. I think I've totally done that wrong. I started with the dark rather than the light, but we'll just pretend that it was intentional. He's looking so cute. Jazz says, my tri-blends are running out on some colors and they're not supposed to be refillable. Oh, boo. But I think you can buy them individually, right? Can't you? If you can buy them individually, then it's not a big deal. I think. Interesting, says Marcy. I'm thinking of getting some browns and greys for coloring critters. Browns and greys are the perfect thing to start with. Absolutely perfect thing to start with. Don't forget a 0 as well. Don't forget to get a colorless blender. Jazz says, yeah, you can buy them individually, but I'm building my Copic collection. Fair enough. You do you, darling, you do you. All right, so I'm liking this little guy. And I think for his tail, I might go for a different color. This is a muted brown blend. I'm kind of feeling more of a chipmunk situation with him than a squirrel. Maybe it's just because I've colored them this way. Do chipmunks have like specific markings on them? Is it like little stripes or something? Oh, they have stripes on their heads. Okay, so what way do the stripes go, guys? Do they go like down like this and come in towards the head? So they like point towards his head like this, or is it just like down 1, 2, 3? Curious. A cute stripe down the middle of their back. Oh, okay. Like down here. Ooh, I just did it. So cute. Is it just the one? I have to get you guys to look it up for me. Tally says, I think I want to use the blends on Lesley had them. The greens are perfect for colouring the Crocs though. Absolutely. Definitely agree with that. Super cute. Oops, from their eyes down over their head. Like this. Let's give them another stripe. I don't know whether it's more than one or not. Do they have any coming down their tail? Roberta's on the job. Thanks, Bobski. All right, so while that's happening, I'm gonna have to cut these out. Old school style. Still not managed to find my favorite scissors, Piper. Oh, the concentration, but I did it. Now let's see if the concentration extends to this. I feel like my timer didn't go off, so let me just go ahead and press some buttons. In case I lose you again. Nobody wants that. Nearly there. Last week I mentioned that we bought Piper a new bed. We bought it from someone local. I think I mentioned it anyway, because we wanted to like do up her room and make it all nice. We went to go get her this bed from this lady, brought it home, happy days. Saturday started building it up, and got so far through and realized that there was a whole load of screws missing, like a lot of screws missing. Well, I say a lot. There was not a lot, but there was like 4 screws missing from the bit that attached the slats to the bed. And then there was 3 screws to attach the last panel. And also some of the like little guys, so you have like a screw like this, and then there's like a little bit for it to go into. Essentially, we couldn't build the bed. Rude. So we had a bit of a hoo-ha. She's been sleeping in the spare room because we can't, she's no bed. But we managed to, thankfully, find the model number for the bed online. And we managed to get some spare parts ordered. So they arrived today. So tomorrow, big plans to sort out Piper's room. I'm very excited, actually. I quite enjoy doing like room decorating and everything. Well up for that. Let me go grab some Happy Doodle white cardstock, if indeed I have any. Oh, yes, I do. And I'm going to cut this down into a card base. I need to extend my guillotine first of all. And it's 3.5. I need to cut it at 7. Is it 3.5? Having a complete. I think it's 3.5. If not, we'll fix it. Amanda says, this is coming along nicely. And Debbie says, you're very good at cutting with those big scissors. Thank you. They're not my usual go-to scissors, but my kid seems to have stolen them and misplaced them. They're probably like down the back of the sofa or something, which I have to say, I wouldn't be that pleased about it, but you know, it still happens. Especially because they don't make those scissors anymore. And then my baby, when I do find them though, she will quickly be banned from using them ever again. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. I will sort out her room. And for her, her task is to find my scissors. Awesome. This is looking good. You probably can't really see it down there. Ashley says, I love your white cardstock. It's so white. It is. I love it. And it works amazing for hot foiling. I did not know that. Thank you so much for letting us know. I'm incredibly pleased to hear that. So we have my little guy. And the stamp set, which I've already lost. We could include one of these holiday sentiment duos. Maybe a Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Turkey Day. I don't know what you guys think. And then we've also got over here, I love you even more than pumpkin pie. So I quite like that as well. The other thought that I had is in this set, which is our Sweet Scalloped Slimline, we've got mwah, but I thought I might do like mmm. What do you guys think? I think we could get a mmm from that. and get a nice pumpkin kind of vibe. I think I want a light. I'm thinking about adding some pink to match with his little nose. Roberta says, I like the reference to the pumpkin pie. And Tally says, die cut some letters. And Roberta says, and add the yeah, I think should we go for pink? Pink's probably an unusual color, but sometimes I'm just a rebel. Let's go for a little sponge sugar. And we could even do like white with white with it fading up into, or fading down into pink. So we'll bring in some of that white tone from behind here. A soft pink will match his nose. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know how much we're gonna have, but we'll see. Oops. Bring in my die cutting machine. Here we go. And I think I'm only really interested in the, if you know what I mean. So I'm not going to really cut the rest of the letters. Question is, how many M's in a Now that looks like M. This is funny. All right. So guys, what do you think? How many M's? How many M's in a Let's trim these off. We just have an M. We've got at least 3 M's. I'm feeling like it needs to be a odd number. This just doesn't even look right. If you turn it upside down, it just looks like, I don't know, hieroglyphics or something. 3 or 5? Yeah, I'm feeling an odd number. I'm thinking. Let's stick this one on here. And I think I'd rather have it curving back down again. Maybe, 3 is maybe enough. Let's figure out the rest of the card first of all. Might end up abandoning my So we like I love you even more than pumpkin pie. So, like I say, we could stamp on these, but I'm thinking, let's stamp on some white card. I'm going to use one of these little guys that's already cut. Let's put this in my Misty. And I'm actually going to color this in, or stamp this, I mean, with, I feel like I'm going to use some brown ink to bring in that craft color. So let me see if I can find Sandcastle from Catherine Pooler. I think that would do the trick. Feel like it's going to be right at the back because it's going to be one of those colors that I very rarely use. I did notice actually, you guys, that on the Catherine Pooler website, there is the ability to buy swatches to sticker up and label your ink pads. So that is on my list of things to do at the moment. I've got Sandcastle and Overcopy. I think Sandcastle is what I'm going to go for this time. Jasmine says, speaking of Catherine Pooler, are you restocking the ink soon? If there's ever anything that you want us to restock, please pop us an email and we will look into it for you. A lot of the time we are restricted by minimum order spends, but sometimes we just reach out to people like Catherine Pooler and they might even go, oh, we've got this new product and that new product. And then all of a sudden you've got enough for an order. So yeah. Let us know. Oh, I quite like this angle. I'm quite liking that. I love you. And then let's see. We need even more than let's go for a brown one. I might actually cut that down a little bit further. Tutti Frutti going to be too Tutti Frutti? Too red maybe? Not sure. Oh, I literally just put my finger in that. I think I might just go to black. Jasmine said, I only noticed today when I went to order a new set. Ah, yes. We probably are due for a restock then. Even more than. And then we want pumpkin pie. And I had a little bit of an idea for this. Don't know if it's going to work, but we shall see. In here, we have a little speech bubbly. Oops. So I might try and die cut that out. In the shape of the speech bubble. What do you guys think? What's your input at the moment? I'm going to die cut this, stamp this twice in case the idea of the speech bubble doesn't really work out. So that's Mandarin spice. That worked out nice. Good color. Amanda says, Jasmine said, I got the Whopper Media Mat too, the big one. Yay! You're gonna love it. I'm a super big fan of it. I actually noticed earlier on Instagram that they're now selling like little pots that kind of sit in these so you can put your brushes and things. So that looked interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. Does anybody have one? What's your thoughts? Roberta says they have a new stencil mat with the brush holders. Is the brush holders the little pots that clip into these? That would be cool. I can't decide whether I'd like it because I think I'd knock it over all the time. Let's trim this down to something a bit skinnier using my strips of ease. Which has quite clearly run. There it is. I thought I had run away. That definitely moved right before my very eyes. A little rude. Roberta says a small and a large one. I think they may work with my mat. They haven't looked, she hasn't looked at it, but Kathy Zilski showed them on her channel. Ooh, I'll have to check out Kathy Z's YouTube. Yes, I like this. I love you even more than pumpkin pie. I mean, do you really though? Do I really? It's quite a declaration there. I love you. Didn't cut this at quite the right angle, and I feel like if I don't, it'll be bugging me. It's just the kind of crazy thing that Lesley would like to have perfect. I love you even more than oh, you poo-poo head. I love you even more than pumpkin pie. Let's tape these down. What's your favorite type of pie? That is my question to you. I love you even more than pumpkin pie. You know what? I think I'm just going to add pumpkins on here maybe now. What do you guys think? Yells is here. Oh, Roberta says you need to add some clear sparkle on top to make your pie look like it's got sugar on top. That's a really good idea. Let's add some sparkle before we stick these down. So a clear sparkle, maybe like the wink of Stella. Oh, it's looking completely shiny and lovely now. It has blended some of my colors together, but it's not a big deal. Ah, look at that sugar crust. Nummy, nummy. My favorite is how our American friends call it crust, pie crust, whereas we would call it normally we just call it pastry, or we'd call it a pastry shell. But crust, it just makes it sound like you want to eat it. Pie crust. Morgan's gonna love this card. She's all about the glitter. Can you guys see the glittery goodness that's happening over here? I'm going all out with my sugar glaze. You guys see it? Yes. Right, I've made a wee bit of a mess on my nib. I'll have to just wipe that off, but that's okay. Let me show you. What do you think? It's made it a lot more silvery. Like, I think it's not as yellow in the middle now, but it's still really cool. Jasmine says, I prefer crumble to pie, but I like both, of course. Yummy. Look at how small my 5mm foam tape has gotten. It's a bit sad looking. I shall have to replenish that soon. Oh, Roberta says, what is crumble? So crumble is whenever you use a pastry crust. Oh, actually, sometimes you don't do pastry crust at the bottom. So I guess there's two ways. If you have a dish like this, then you would put the pastry crust at the bottom, and then the top, you make like an oaty, floury crumble. I guess it's a bit like a biscuity crumble, and you sprinkle it on top, and then you toast it. Actually, now that I think of it, I think a lot of crumbles just have the pie dish like this, and then the fruit in, and then the crumble topping. So yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe crumble doesn't normally have the pastry underneath. Yes, Yes, the streusel or strudel topping. That's exactly what it is. Oh, no, come back. Yeah. I think I am going to add that, but I think we're going to create, I'm going to pop it up a little bit more. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to put it onto a craft cardstock base or a white base. I've not yet decided. In fact, I'm going to die cut both and make my decision afterwards. Roberta says, I need to get Bob some foam tape that narrow. Brilliant. Jasmine says, without pastry for me, just crumble on top. Roberta says, oh, I may have just gained back the weight I lost by just talking about this sweet stuff. Oh no. Are you one of those poor unfortunate creatures that just talks about it and then it the weight just comes back? Oh, that is good. I like that. I'm going to do the little offset shadow effect. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking I'm going to try and find a little tiny dot so that I can do like a dot. So I don't know if I have one. I feel like I should have one somewhere. All right. Yell says, are you ready for the Scottish winter, Lesley? No, I'm not. Well, I am and I'm not, because it's getting really, really dark here. And actually, I'm quite enjoying that. I have to say, I'm quite enjoying that. So I'm fine with that side of things. But if we could just like keep away the rain, that'd be awesome. But I think that's probably a wee bit too hopeful. Roberta says, it seems so that since I have hit that lovely 50+ number. Oh dear. Well, my situation has been with, I think it was like a total COVID belly. Added on weight, and I don't really care, but I do care when it comes to my back getting sore. And my back tends to get sore when I have, like, I'm wearing clothes that don't really fit nicely. So I have to have that little mental talk with myself when I'm buying clothes of, maybe I want to be this size, but maybe I really am the next size, you know? Not about a number. It's about feeling comfortable in your clothes. Oh, I'm loving this. That just really made a big difference, I think. Send the rain to California. I know, yeah. Definitely. Right, where can I find a dot? I'm off on the hunt. Aha! You will do the trick. Here we have the Build a Cabin dies, and I think the inside of this is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh no, it's a bit big, but there is another one in this die set, a smaller one. I'm being very pedantic now because it's the smallest little dot in the world. You can barely feel it going over the... You can barely feel it go over the bump. I'm also one of those dies where I feel like I have to be on high alert in case I just accidentally lose it. We've all been there. What are you guys thinking? It's all coming together. I am not going to bother with the little craft dot underneath. I think that's going to be too fiddly. I'm going to attempt to try and get them equally spaced though. It's not always easy. Right. I feel like I do need a little pumpkin in there just to finish off. So in this set, there's little baby pumpkin. Let's stamp just a few of these to finish up. We've also got a big pumpkin in the Veggie Patch stamp set, which would work well too. And actually on YouTube today, somebody educated me because I think I probably said that this stamp is from the Veggie Patch stamp set. And they replied saying, a pumpkin is a fruit, not a vegetable. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I did not know that at all. Who knew? Oh no. I think that one turned out a little bad. Try again. This orange is a little bit too dark for this. And I don't think there is a shade, a blend, whatever the word is. I might need to go to my... I've got an orange blend and a burnt orange blend. I don't have a shade. Change of tactic. That's better. Y17. Make it a little bit more yellowy. And YR 23. A little bit of a bright orange in there. Let's add these on. Let me catch up. Oh, so Ashley says you could use the dot from Fiesta. That was a brilliant idea. Yes, that would definitely have worked, I think. And in fact, that's probably the one that was in my head to start off with. And Marcy says, just adorable, Lesley. And I'm getting a piece of pie in the emoji. Thank you so much. It's one of those that could be either or, depending on who you talk to. The same for a sweet potato. And Yell says anything that produces seed is a fruit. Actually, that's what the person on YouTube said as well, is that anything that creates seeds is a fruit, like a cucumber or pepper. Interesting. Yes. I need to reproduce this pumpkin in a slightly larger size. Another stamp set. Because this is one that I go to time and time again. People keep asking me about it. And then I feel bad going, you might not be able to find this set. Squash are classified as fruit, botanically speaking. Every day is a school day, as they say. Learning all the things. I just love the different colors. We got pumpkins last Saturday, and they're like a blue-gray color. And I had seen ornaments and things in a blue-gray color, but I had never, ever seen an actual pumpkin like that. And we went to the store. Craig sent me some pictures. So I was like, I'll just wait in the car with the dog. You go on in. And then he sent me some pictures, and I abandoned my dog so quick for a baby. I think we're nearly done here. I think I'll stick this one straight down. I'm feeling like if I put too much on the front, it'll lose the sort of pie-esque feeling at the back, which we obviously don't want to do. We don't want to lose the quintessential pie-ness. That would be terrible. All right, let's hold it up. There we go. I love you even more than pie. I love it. I think that I might come back in with a little bit of a light pink. I'm gonna maybe do coloring pencil. Should I do coloring pencil or should I do a really, really light pink Copic? Ooh, decisions. V000 maybe. Yeah, a V000 just to bring a little hint of pink into that I love you. I'm just going to do the bottom section of it actually. Yes. There we go. Do you think we still are feeling the pie-ness of it? Love the fact that it's shiny. It has that sugary crust going on. And I think if we do any more, it's just going to overcomplicate things. So I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm really pleased with it. I think it turned out so super cute, don't you? I like my little chipmunk. And the fact that we were able to use the scallop border here from the slimline pull tab dies, I think it looks really awesome. Of course, now I definitely need pumpkin pie. So maybe this weekend I might do just a little bit of baking. What about you guys? Are you guys in the mood for a little bit of pumpkin pie? I think you probably will be. Right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Have a lovely weekend and maybe treat yourself. If it's not pie, maybe a little chocolate, maybe something else. I think you deserve a treat. I have been thinking about it lots and yeah, I've decided that you all deserve a treat. Have a good one, everyone, and I will see you next week for another Come Craft With Me. Bye-bye, you guys. Bye.